Dear viewers, today we are going to discuss critical theory. Critical theory is the name of the new philosophical tendency that was generated between the First World War and the Second World War. It is a reaction against the exploitation, repression, and alienation of the Western civilization. Critical theory does not approve of any fixed system of thought. It questions the hidden assumptions of the existing theories. It emphasizes that thought must respond to new problems and new possibilities for liberation that arise from changing historical circumstances. Critical theory is skeptical of all absolute claims, and in this respect, it resembles postmodern distrust of meta-narratives.
The roots of critical theory spring from the philosophies of Kant, Hegel, and Karl Marx. Both Kant and Hegel were inspired by the Enlightenment project of the 18th century. They believed that man can combat superstition, prejudice, cruelty, and institutional authority with the help of reason. Marx's assumption of economic determinism does not find favor with critical theory because it strives to achieve the liberation of the individual. Therefore, the Marxism of critical theory is of a different sort. It is eclectic in its approach. Critical theory has borrowed the terms of alienation and reification from Marxism. It also affords a critique of the ideas of enlightenment. What is more, it emphasizes the role of ideology and its commitment to resist the deformation of the individual. Karl Koch and George Lukács, the leading figures of Western Marxism, laid the philosophical basis of critical theory. They provided the framework for the critical project that was later called the Institute for Social Research or the Frankfurt School. However, Max Horkheimer was the pivotal figure of critical theory. He gathered intellectuals from different walks of life in order to construct the interdisciplinary basis of critical theory. When the proletariat revolution degenerated into fascism in the Soviet Union in 1930s, all hopes associated with modernity were dashed to ground. The beliefs in science, education, and politics were called into question. The philosophies of phenomenology and positivism were discarded because their assumptions were ahistorical, and they eliminated the element of genuine subjectivity from their approach. Alienation and reification are the two ideas most commonly associated with critical theory. Alienation is usually identified with the psychological effects of exploitation and the domain of labor, and reification with how people are treated instrumentally as things. Frankfurt School investigated how human mind was affected by utilitarian ideas of profit and loss. Alienation and reification were analyzed in order to highlight the damaging effects of mechanization on human soul. Capitalism was spreading its tentacles in all directions like an octopus, and standardization was the order of the day. The Frankfurt School recommended increased education to counteract authoritarian trends, but it remained unclear how effective such education might prove to be in a totally administered society. The Frankfurt School contested establishmentarian views of history that always support authority and curb human initiative. European radicals applied its ideas to the issues related to the family, sexuality, and education. They sought to bring about a new utopian sensibility devoid of cruelty and competition. The Frankfurt School fought on two fronts. On the one hand, it tried to recover the lost individuality in the bureaucratic society, and on the other, it challenged universal claims, philosophical foundations, and meta narratives. Many assumptions of critical theory were related to postmodernism and post-structuralism. Deconstructive or post-structuralist approaches invaded the most prestigious journals and disciplines ranging from anthropology and film to religion, linguistics, and political science. They generated new insights on race, gender, and post-colonial world. Though critical theory has enriched our understanding of the family, sexual repression, pedagogy, genocide, entertainment, literary analysis, and a host of other issues, it has failed to offer an integrated critique of society. Its textual orientations, theoretical considerations, and cultural concerns have taken it away from its goal of refashioning liberating ideals. It has also failed to deal adequately with the imbalances of power that mark the economy, the state, the public sphere, law, and global life. To conclude, critical theory is not fully successful in its transformative intent. New political perspectives are required to bring about the desired change within a new global society. Thank you very much.